Attention gamers, here is an unbiased list of champions you should remove from League of Legends.
Rav, we actually scheduled this call for some insight from a player's perspective as we've been having a hard time relating to our player base.
Oh, well, for starters, it doesn't exactly get me hard anymore when I see these kind of messages, knowing that the failed abortion degenerate scum who unironically always show up in my promos like this guy are getting punished by a 2-game all-chat ban and a stern email to their mom about their behavior.
Punish paying customers? Seems whack, but okay, noted.
Did you actually note it, or did you just say my feedback has been received type of bull stank and why aren't I in the LPP?
We actually called to get your opinion on a specific video.
Is that Riot August? The guy who made Viego? Get him the out of here.
He's on the team, Rat.
Get him the out of here.
Okay, so anyways, we wanted to show off our 200 years of game design experience. I'm sorry? I was saying the team just wanted to get your thoughts on this video explaining our balance process.
Oh, I think I saw that already. Wait, let me share my screen. Is this it?
I told you guys he was going to be an asshole. No, not that one, haha, let me pull it up.
Hi, I'm Riot Scruffy, gameplay lead on League of Legends, here to give you a crash course in game balance. Balance might seem like it's just a lot of numbers and data, but really, it's about making sure you can play any champion you want to.
Stop, oh my god, stop. Okay, let's back up. First of all, where is this Scruffy in this meeting? Sleeping in today? Or did he get fired? Because if you introduced him as the Balance League at Riot then immediately fired his ass, I would say ship this video right now. It's ready. As a player, I would be like a pig in shit happy watching that. Then fast forward to this.
But really, it's about making sure you can play any champion you want to.
I'm like edging with a laughgasm waiting for the Reddit/S or Scruffy nuts to be like, ah, just busting your balls, because if this mythical balance is about making sure I can play what I want to, why the shit piss is it that when I play Twinkle Toes here, one day he's the beast of the east walking the walk when he says he doesn't need a map, but then the next day he has about as much value as a wet tampon shoved up the hashtag balanced butthole of a shit crit right click chick.
This means you don't have to play what the pros are playing, or even what's popular.
Why are we showing Nami when talking about popular champs? I haven't seen a Nami since Nom.
Our goal is for you to be able to pick whoever you want, simply because you like them. So we put a lot of effort into balancing League. Now let's talk about what that looks like.
Was this the look on the Balance team's face when Aphelios was released, and this is what the Rift looked like while this walking gothic weapons arsenal was being abused to claim free LP like it was a damn food stamp? Here, let me suggest a quick edit to this last part.
We put a lot of effort into balancing League. Now let's talk about what that looks like. One of the most important things we do are regular check-ins on every champion. Yep, that's right, all of them. It doesn't matter who's been played a lot or who got a new skin.
Delete this sentence right now. You will lose half your audience instantly if you lie directly to their faces like that.
Or how old a champion is or new. Or even if it's one of my personal mains. What really matters is simple. How often does this champion win, and are they doing it in fair ways? If a champion is winning too much, then we'll hit them with nerfs. If they're losing too much, we'll help them with buffs. And if they're doing something weird or ruining the game for other players, we'll make some other adjustments to solve the problem.
Talking about doing something weird while showing the exact champ I used to start the booger picking bonanza last year. That's a little sus.
Our goal is for every champion to win a similar amount, because that shows us that every champion is similarly powerful. And if every champion is similarly powerful, then all that matters are your skills.
Yeah, all that matters are your skills, and whether or not you have a piece of shit-stained filth on your team who would rather prove a point than win a game where that point is that his mommy poked holes in the condom and then did double Jaeger bombs as a morning ritual every day during pregnancy. And when you don't get stuck with failed abortions, you still get the first-time champs who are seemingly being played by two overweight guinea pigs having sex on a keyboard. So I wouldn't really say skill is all that matters.
There's more to balance than measuring a champion's overall win rate, though. Some champions do really, really well when pros play them, and others do really good when everyone else plays them.
See, this works well because this coked-up sword lord has always been ELO inflated certified shit.
Our goal is for champions to feel great when you play them, regardless of if you're in Challenger, or if you've never played a ranked game before.
And what about making an ADC feel good when I play it but my support is quote-unquote roaming while the other bot lane is like synchronized swimmer/sisters so in tune with each other their menstrual cycles freaking line up? What does that hobbling fat alcoholic graphic have to say about that situation, Mr. Scruffy Sack?
So how do we do that? Magic, of course. And by magic, I mean more data. On top of checking champions' overall win rate, we also look at how they're doing across all levels of play. This helps us make sure a champion isn't stomping through bronze while getting stomped on in plat. Once we check all the data, we make a list of all the champs who are too strong and too weak.
And if someone like Blitzcrank is on team too strong, what are you gonna do, cut his fucking arm off?
Then, using a bunch of different methods, we decide how—
Wait, what is this guy measuring like his dick girth on a blue bull? Some of that blasting wand data your machine learning/skin selling algorithms measure, because I'm not sure he looks comfortable with this kind of intimate inspection. Maybe tell your animation artist to rub one out before redrawing this graphic.
For example, if Teemo is crushing in pro games, but just okay everywhere else, we might ask ourselves, how can we make Teemo weaker for pros without impacting him too much for the rest of us?
No. Your job is literally to answer that question, not quietly ask it to yourselves.
Yeah, when we saw an underleveled Aphelios dodge 0 abilities and still 1v3 a group of literal professionals at this game while mashing his head against his keyboard, we asked ourselves, how can we make this not happen anymore? We never answered it or considered fixing it, but we well be damned not to ask it, fellas.
Once we decide how to adjust each champ, we bundle the changes together and patch them into the game every 2 weeks. This may seem like things are constantly changing, but players are smart. Sometimes too smart.
Are we still talking about League of Legends players here? I wouldn't exactly say the Ezreal who told my team to cry more Africa needs water is in this too smart category of humans, nor was the Vayne who raised the motherfucking moron bar by replying with a good for me don't living in there.
And they'll figure out if something is too strong or weak pretty quickly. So by patching every 2 weeks, we can make sure League is balanced whenever you log on. Also, we're always watching and adapting, so if anything ever gets really far out of line, we'll change them in between patches immediately.
Okay, you show Akali, which is definitely relevant to the commentary, unlike that bullshit Teemo dominating pro play embarrassment you queefed out earlier, but can you define the word immediately for me just to confirm, because this dashing dick slitter was in quote-unquote immediate need of some car auto body shop sound effects for a good straight 16 patches last year.
You can find a list of League's latest changes in the patch notes. So, let's recap. Balance is good. It lets you play whichever champs you want. So we constantly check the data and adjust champions based on who's too strong and who's too weak.
Good call showing only bot laners in this graphic, because throwing a top laner into this mix would really not help you make the point.
Then we patch these changes into the game every 2 weeks. Repeat forever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever.
Another quick edit request.
And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. Our goal is to do a good enough job balancing behind the scenes so you don't ever have to think about it, if you don't want to. But if you do want to learn more about balance, we really like talking about it through posts, videos, and even social media.
Is this supposed to be Twitter? Because if it is, I think you need to do a balance checkup on the team at Riot responsible for knowing what the logos of fucking ubiquitous social media platforms look like.
Whenever you want to dive in, we'll be here.
Alright, you have my thoughts, but a friend of mine wanted to join in and share his overall impression. Here, I'll invite him real quick.
Suppity sup! Like, there was so much talking during that whole thing, but I feel like there really wasn't a lot being said. I feel like that was a lot of talk. Like, I don't think he stopped talking for 4 minutes straight. Maybe I'm, I don't know. Like, that was hard for me to follow. I swear I was trying.
Okay, good meeting now, LPP, please. Rav out.
Don't fuck with Rabby boy, I'm in your crib with the blappy boy, talk to me slick and I'm popping your pappy. If happy talk back then I'm taking your Grammy and boy oh boy I'll make her happy. Let's go.